Well, good afternoon everyone. I haven't recorded the first section of this walk because it comes up a very steep slope to start with, and I just don't have enough breath and energy to walk and talk. But we are in Stoke Woods. Now, I have filmed from here before, but it's a funny little woodland. There's some lovely areas to walk. There are some very steep slopes, and it's only sort of a mile and a half from a city centre, so it's a lovely spot to get away to if you want a bit of sort of peace. Good boy, Merlin. And I've noticed really sort of far more today than usual. Everything is covered in moss. It's not usually this green. That's excellent to see. So it's obviously feeling quite well and healthy. As you can see, the dogs love it in here. A little bit of slope, and we'll see which route we're going next. The flowers and plants through here are wonderful throughout the year, I must say. You've got steps down there, or down the next slope on the left. Good job, guys. Takes you back down to the main path and makes for a really nice short loop. It's one I often use before or after a night turn with the dogs, because it's interesting for them, gives them plenty of room to run, but it's not too long. But I think today, as we've got time, we're going to carry on and head this way. It took me quite a while to get a circular route in here. I've now got two. Haven't really been able to join them up yet. Good gallows. Path signs heading that way come out on the sort of top track. I almost think of it as you've got a lower track, middle track, one we're on, and then the top track. And there's another car park on the top track. So there's a couple of places to park, which is really useful. Yeah, it's just a really nice spot for a walk. One that I reckon's been a little bit underrated, but that probably is because you're pretty much on a hill everywhere, and it's quite muddy. It's not, if you stay down on the bottom track, that's surfaced, but there are still very muddy areas, whereas as you can see, this track is very muddy. That's nice. This was a tree down last time I came through here, and they've removed that really well. Okay, this is muddier than I'd had anticipated, and I've been a bit of an idiot. I have got wellies and walking boots in the car, and yet didn't change into either of those. There we go. We'll get a clearer view later with the leaves off the trees. We can just see down there through to the river and extra floodplains, which are doing a very good job at the moment. And this lovely green mossiness. This really is great to see. I'm more used to seeing it when we walk over near Dartmoor. Yeah, it's an excellent sign of healthy trees, healthy air quality, which, considering we've got a road and a railway down there, is not bad at all. I'm back onto the track I'm more used to now, surface, not nearly as muddy. Of course, that last bit was far muddier than I expected because they've had machinery or trucks through to remove that tree. So that makes sense. So yeah, it's not usually as muddy or as bad as that. But I did notice that first little sort of alley, sort of side passage we came up, There's a lot of leaf litter. It's very deep, but that's nice and clean. Right, the dogs have found the track that I wanted, which is this one down to the left. Good job, guys. You lead the way. I really should walk the top path as well, so that I know whether the two meet up or not. Good job, guys. But again, the dogs like an interesting path, so it's never a problem. He's a good girl. Good girl. Good boy. It is just lovely and interesting in here. You all know by now all the different sort of woodlands and forests I walk around. Within, say, 10-mile radius, we've got loads. Within a 20-mile radius, we've got a ridiculously wonderful amount. And this one again has its own character, and it's so useful if I'm coming into Exeter. And like I say, on the way to and from night shifts. Right, we're getting into some muddiness now. I can see me changing into my hiking boots when I get back, which are cleaner. Now this track I would expect to be quite damp, because as you'll see in a minute, it runs alongside a stream. Nice to hear birds warbling. All the buds are coming out, which is great. Spring is springing. But none of the other woods I walk in are anywhere near as wet or muddy as this. So I guess I've got into a full sense of security. Right, I better put you down or I'm going to fall over. So there we go, we've got a stream running through. And it runs all the way down this hill alongside us. There's not much water in it. There is a pool at the bottom corner where the dogs can get in for a proper sort of drink all year round. This is quite slippy, so do go steady. I forget it's been a while since I've been through here. That was just about doable by keeping 1 foot on the leaf litter, so I only had 1 foot on the mud. This is better now. But the dogs, as you can see, are having a wonderful time. That is the happiest little duck toller in the world right now, tolling in a stream. So from the point of view of sort of enrichment for the dogs, couldn't get much better. And because there's no proper water running through there, you know they're not disturbing any wildlife. It really is just lovely out here. And what a great place for them to run, where I know they're not doing any harm, they're not disturbing any wildlife, they're simply enjoying themselves. And so peaceful, considering, yes, we hear the odd lorry and trains, but actually considering the road and railway is so close, I can stop still. And there's nothing but running water and birds, which is pretty great. for those working at Exeter or living at the uni and things. It's a nice spot to get away to. Has he gone quite mad, has he, Oti? I love watching him run like this. Good boy. Again, I like watching him just sort of poodle around as well, but there's something about that sort of, especially when he's got a stick in his mouth and he can't bite her. Hey, monkey. So through here, we're coming back out onto what I call the bottom track, which is, as I said, surfaced, but with muddy patches. And it's quite a nice circular route to take the track straight ahead of us towards that log pile. And if you keep going up, keep going round to the right, loops around and comes down where Oti stood. So that makes for a nice circular walk, and you can loop it onto the one we've just done. But I know there's a section around the back of that is incredibly muddy all year round. So at this time of year, without wellies on, I've got no chance. You can just hear running water, and it's in there that the pool is, which is reasonably deep. Let's see if we can clean a dog off. Oti, ready? In you go. Go on then. She knows her way in. There we go, we can hear some splashing. Good girl. Right, so there's one clean dog, but it won't last long. Okay, so he's going to go get clean. No. And I do know by the time we get back to the car they'll be filthy again, but it's one worth remembering. In the summer, in the heat, there's always water in there. I think what I love about this woods is there are so many different shapes, trees and species and varieties, and it just makes for great interest. And even the banks, just loads to look at. We've got a bit more road noise around here, down on this track, but it really doesn't bother me. As I said, if you're wanting to stay clean, this surface track generally is pretty good and usable all year round. Bear in mind we're at one of the wettest points in the year. We're coming up, this corner up here is quite a few people use it as their point to walk to, actually, making a nice short walk that's doable for most. Sit on the bench up here. The bench looks out over the fields of the railway, and if you've got a decent long lens on a camera, it's a nice place to photograph from if anything unusual's coming through train wise. I'll take you to show you that, but you won't appreciate it as I've got you all on wide angle. There we go, we've got GWR coming through right now. Good job, guys. Yeah, this corner here, I'm going to skirt around the mud. See, enough mud today. If you go down this path here, or the path that Oti was just stood by, down to the fence, you get a really nice view from there. And this bench, it's part of a survey, Saving Devon's Treescapes. I have taken photos from here before for this project, and it's a case of placing your phone in the holder, photographing and emailing it to them. So I will do that again today, and it's a really sort of nice way of them being able to monitor the trees. Also, if you've got kids, what a great sort of involvement. It gives you a sort of point to walk to. Let's go up, take a photo, and let's walk back. So we'll do that today. Again, I just feel some of these trees have so much more character than some of the woods we walk in. But then that's just it, isn't it? Every place has its own character, and that's what I love, and that's why I love variety. And as you can hear, the birds here are used to noise, used to road noise, used to people, so they'll sing all day long. Quite a lot of branches must have come off in the last lot of storms we had, same as everywhere else we've been walking. But you do get this wonderful smell of pine, which I love. People seem to either love it or hate it, but I think it's really refreshing. That's the bottom of those steps that we saw coming down, so that would make shorter walk still. And we're basically heading down towards the car park now. And you can see still loads of interest for the dogs. Where I indicated down to the left from the middle track for a shorter walk, this is where we'd have come out on my left here. So you can see it is quite a lot shorter walk, but a very useful one. And thankfully we're downhill from here on. Right, we're coming towards the car park, and at this point onwards, obviously watch your dogs because the road is only just down there. So it's time I gathered up my dogs, got leads on. I've just checked my Fitbit. This walk is just under 2.5 miles. So there you go, just to give you an idea. But thank you for coming along with us. Guys, well done. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. We'll keep on posting walks. You can keep coming along with us and let us know if there's anything else you'd like to see. Take care everyone. We'll see you all soon.